Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Dr. Tapati's presentation. Myself Dr. Tapati Bhanjade. Most of us know that vitamin C deficiency is the reason behind scurvy. But do you know why? Is there any relation with collagen? Yes, there is relation among scurvy, vitamin C and collagen. Today we will discuss about that. First of all, know about scurvy. As you know that it is the classical disease of severe vitamin C deficiency. Vitamin C is also known as ascorbic acid. Clinical signs of this disease are appeared when the total body pool of vitamin C comes below about 300 mg or at a plasma concentration of less than 11 micromole per liter or 0.2 mg per deciliter. It is characterized by the symptoms mainly related to the defects associated with connective tissue. Clinical symptoms are bleeding gums, tooth loss, anemia, skin bruises, joint pain and swelling, delayed wound healing, easy fracturing of bone, perifollicular hemorrhages, hyperkeratosis of the hair follicles, and weakness and fatigue. Now know about history behind scurvy. It has been known since ancient Greek and Egyptian times. In the 15th to 18th centuries, it was often associated with the sailors on long ocean voyages due to the unavailability of fresh food in the ship. Next cases were observed mainly due to food scarcity during American Civil War from 1861 to 1865. Then the Irish potato famine, which is also known as the Great Hunger from 1984 to 1989, and most recently in 2002 in Afghanistan following war and a drought. Now know about vitamin C, which is also known as ascorbic acid. Chemical formula is C6H8O6 and molecular weight is 176.12 gram per mole, and this is the structure. Vitamin C exists in its reduced form as ascorbic acid and in its oxidized form as dihydroascorbic acid. It is very popular for its high antioxidant property. It can easily donate hydrogen, H plus ion, and acts as a reducing agent by neutralizing reactive oxygens like hydrogen peroxide. We consume up to 90% of vitamin C in the form of fresh fruit and vegetables like oranges, lemons, grapefruits, kiwi, spinach, broccoli, red peppers, tomatoes, potatoes, etc. A very small amount of vitamin C is available within adrenal and pituitary glands and leukocytes. Total storage of vitamin C is very less in our body. It is about 1500 mg. Hence, plasma concentration of vitamin C is largely related to its recent intake. Prevalence varies 7.1% in United States and up to 73.9% in the North India. Vitamin C in collagen formation. Ascorbic acid affects the biosynthesis of collagen at several levels, from collagen transcription, its expression, and the regulation of the processing enzymes. Vitamin C acts as a cofactor for several metal-dependent oxidative reactions catalyzed by both monooxygenases and dioxygenases. Dioxygenase means referring to the ability of the enzymes to provide two oxygen atoms to the same or separate substrates. Whereas in case of monooxygenases, it is the ability of the enzymes to provide one oxygen atom to substrate. In my last video, I have given detailed information on collagen biosynthesis. I have shown that third step of collagen biosynthesis is hydroxylation of proline and lysine by hydrolases in presence of vitamin C. So hydroxylation reaction is occurred in presence of vitamin C, which is essential for collagen biosynthesis process. Collagen biosynthesis pathway, proline and lysine residues of pre-procollagen are converted to hydroxyproline or hydroxylysine residues in presence of proline hydroxylase or lysyl hydroxylase enzyme. Hydroxyproline is required for normal triple helical backbone structure of collagen, and hydroxylysine cross-linkages are required for normal collagen fiber formation. Ascorbic acid or vitamin C acts as a reductive cofactor for post-translation and hydroxylation of peptide-bound proline and lysine residues during the formation of collagen. This is the overall reaction occurred during the conversion of proline to hydroxyproline residue. Prolyl hydroxylase enzyme is involved in the proline hydroxylation process. This enzyme requires oxygen, ascorbic acid, iron, and alpha-ketoglutarate. First step is the attack of oxygen on peptide-bound proline residue. Next steps are condensation with alpha-ketoglutarate, release of hydroxylated substrate, decarboxylation of alpha-ketoglutarate to release succinate. Enzyme-bound iron, which is catalytically active, is oxidized to catalytically inactive Fe3+ ion, and ascorbate reactivates the hydrolase enzyme by reducing Fe3+ back to Fe2+, which is catalytically active. So in this process, proline residues are converted to hydroxyproline residues in presence of proline hydroxylase enzyme. Alpha-ketoglutarate is converted to succinate. Fe2+ initially converted to Fe3+, but it is then converted back to Fe2+ in presence of ascorbic acid, and ascorbic acid oxidized to dihydroascorbic acid residue. Similar type of reactions are occurred during the conversion of lysine to hydroxylysine residues. Only difference is that in this process, lysyl hydrolase enzyme is involved, whereas in case of proline to hydroxyproline conversion, proline hydroxylase enzyme is involved. This is the overall hydroxylation reaction carried out in presence of vitamin C. Without vitamin C, there will be no hydroxylation reaction, no hydroxyproline production. So, less hydrogen bond formation, thus triple helical backbone structure of collagen will be disturbed. There will be no hydroxylysine residues. So, no hydroxylysine cross-linkage formation which are required for normal collagen fiber formation. therefore weakening collagenous structure. This is a graphical representation of denaturation of collagen without hydroxyproline residues and normal collagen with hydroxyproline residues. In absence of hydroxyproline residues, due to less hydrogen bonds, collagen helix is unstable and loses most of its helical content at above 20 degrees Celsius, which is occurred in absence of ascorbic acid. But in case of normal collagen with hydroxyproline is more stable and resists thermal denaturation until temperature 40 degrees Celsius is reached, which is occurred in presence of ascorbic acid. I hope you understood relation among scurvy, vitamin C and collagen. So we can conclude that, in short, a deficiency of vitamin C results in a weakening of collagenous structures, causing tooth loss and bleeding gum, joint pains, bone and connective tissue disorders, and poor wound healing, etc., all of which are characteristics of scurvy. So, scurvy is collagen related disorder along with osteogenesis imperfecta, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, Alport syndrome and chondrodysplasias. So, take fresh fruits and vegetables every day to avoid scurvy. Stay healthy. Thank you very much for watching this video. Kindly like, share and subscribe this channel. Take care. Bye bye.